Fresh sweet corn for later use.
All right, thank you, John. Yes, Leslie is here again, and we have a cute little friend. This is her grandson, Wyatt. Hi, Wyatt.
Hi.
And you're from the Norris area, aren't you?
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
Second.
Going into second grade, and so he's spending the day with you, Leslie, with Grandma?
He is. This is about his third day, and I'm going to take him back home tomorrow. So we've got a good week this week, don't we?
So you're going to help here at the TV station and then go to the zoo, I understand. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So we're going to show folks today how to freeze sweet corn, and this is something my mom always did on the farm. It smells so good, and there's nothing better than sweet corn. And then when you freeze it, it has that same great taste.
It does if you freeze it when it's cut off. If you leave it on the cob, you can freeze it that way. But a lot of times it'll get kind of a mushy feel and it'll lose some of that sweetness.
Yeah.
So if you're going to eat it very soon, you can go ahead and leave it on the cob, but otherwise it's best to cut it off.
Yeah, this is what she always would do, and always would add the butter, which I know we're going to share that recipe. So you begin by also cooking it first, right? So it's hot.
Okay, what we did with these is these are basically blanched.
Okay.
You boil them, you bring the water to a rolling boil, drop in your ears, and it takes a lot of water and not big batches because you want that water to come back to a rolling boil very quickly. And then once it comes back to that boil, then you time it for about 4 to 5 minutes, take it out, let it cool, just lay it out on a towel, and let it cool until you can handle it. I'm going to put this knife down. And then when you can handle it, then you can cut it off, and working on an angel food pan or a bundt pan works really well because it's all in there.
Right.
And it hopefully doesn't make too terrible a mess. This batch calls for about 18 ears.
Okay.
And when you're boiling it, you put a little bit of salt in the water just so that it picks that up, and salt will enhance a sugar flavor. That's why salt is really good in cookies. So there's a reason for it, not just adding to the salt content that you're having. Now, when you're done cutting it all off, and I've only done 2 here, so that's not that many, you can take it out and put it in a bowl. And Wyatt, do you want to dump that butter in there for me?
Put it all in there,
Put
right?
it all in there.
And I know with the recipe that we're going to share with folks, it's about 8 ears of fresh corn on the cob, and then you put about a half a cup of butter in it.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And that was just a quarter. It wasn't that much. So you mix all of that up, and that butter will coat this, and it leaves kind of a seal around there when you put it in the bag and you freeze it. That way when you take it out, basically it's already cooked. All you have to do is just heat up the bag. You can do it in a microwave. You can do it in boiling water. And in a few minutes, you've got fresh corn.
And you just put it in a Ziploc bag.
Put it in a Ziploc bag, and you want to try to get as much air out of it as you can. And then when you freeze it flat.
Okay.
You can smash it down so it's flat, and that way you can stack them up if you've got a place to stack them in your freezer, or you can lay them flat and they won't all fall over. You're not dealing with the balls. It's very space conserving. So it really works well. Whoops.
It's okay, Wyatt.
And you're running away.
And then how long do you freeze it for usually before you eat it? I mean, can you...
You can keep it up to a year.
About a year.
And
Okay.
one thing that you need to do with everything that you put in the freezer is label it. Yes, you know it's corn, and you know when you did it now, but in a year from now, if you find some pack in the bottom of your freezer and it's all crusty or frostbit or whatever,
You
it
wanna
helps
see
to know
that.
what it is and when you froze it, so you know whether you can use it again or not. It should say fine.
Right. That happens sometimes. You pile all that stuff in the freezer and
And things get buried.
voila, there you find something. All right. This is great. We're going to have this recipe for you on our Pure Nebraska Facebook page. And thank you, Wyatt, for coming in. All righty. I bet you're good help for Grandma, right? All right.
Yes, he is.
Back to you, John.
All right. Thanks, you guys. What a great reminder, too, on how to use sweet corn. We appreciate it.